Okay, so you have audited your course for completability and you found some issues. Maybe a lot of issues, but don't panic. The key is not to fix everything at once. It's knowing which problems to tackle first for maximum impact. I'm Dr. Catrina Mitchum, and I have been designing and redesigning courses online since 2009. So you don't want to make the biggest mistake that course creators make when fixing their courses, and that is trying to find and fix all of the problems at once. That is just a recipe for burnout and half finishing the improvements, right? So unless you want to have me do the audit for you, which the link for that is in the description, you want to make sure that you're taking things one small step at a time. Think like an ER doctor. We are in triage mode because some problems are just causing bigger issues, right? And so we're going to take care of those first and then take care of the other important but not urgent problems down the road. Starting with the critical fixes that will have the biggest impact is going to save you from burning out. Okay, so when I do the work of prioritizing completability fixes, I start with transparency issues, then support systems, and then time considerations. I do it in that order because if clients don't understand why they're doing something, all the support in the world isn't going to help them stay motivated and succeed and see the connections and really put the effort in. And if they don't have support when they get stuck, then no amount of time estimates is really going to help. So within each category, we want to focus on fixing the issues that impact the most clients first. If 80% of your clients are getting confused at the same spot, that's your highest priority fix. Okay, so first up is transparency fixes. The quick wins here are adding context and connection statements. So for every activity, add one sentence that explains exactly how this activity helps them move forward toward their goal, and not with just this will help you, but with something like, this exercise will help you identify the job that your client needs to get done next, which will help you with the marketing exercises in the next lesson, right? So that's an example of a very specific connector. You'll also want to go in and add transition statements between lessons that explicitly connect where they've been, so what they just learned, to what they're going to do now, to then what's coming next, right? And so they should bookend a lesson. This might take 30 minutes or so to do all of this work for each lesson, but it really dramatically improves the client experience. Okay, so now on to something that is kind of a bigger fix, but will have big impact. It just might take you a little bit longer. And that is reorganizing content that's in the wrong order. So if you find lessons that should either come earlier or come later, or maybe have bits and pieces of it throughout all of the lessons, that is going to be a bigger structural change, but it will have a big impact. So do the quick wins first and then plan out those bigger structural changes. Second, we're going to look at support. So your quick wins here are with onboarding, making sure there's a clear start here, that it has a welcome video that kind of explains how the course works, where they're going to find everything, exactly what's about to happen, and how to get help. The kind of slower burn support pieces are to look at where clients typically get stuck and then build the support directly into those spots. So add extra examples, include troubleshooting tips, link to how-tos, encourage people when they're going to struggle. Like in my own, I say, this piece is hard. You might set up an automated check-in system when folks haven't been logging in. Don't wait for them to ask for help because most people won't do it. The biggest change here is going to be breaking bigger tasks into smaller pieces. It's going to have a really big impact on whether or not they can complete your course, but it is something that you will need to plan out, and it is going to take you some time. So doing things like, instead of saying complete your business plan, try breaking it down into smaller steps, like research your competitors, step 1. Step 2, define your pricing strategy, and whatever steps are going to help them get to completing that thing. Finally, we're going to look at time considerations. The quick fix here is just updating your time estimates, right? Make sure that they're a range and make sure that you have tested them on real life people, right? that it's not just your own experience, because as the expert, it's not going to take you as long as it's going to take them. It's better to underpromise and over-deliver in this case. So estimate that it's going to take longer, and when it doesn't take them that long, they'll be excited. The slower but impactful fix is breaking things down. The biggest fix in time is building in flexibility for real life to happen. This is a really, really important one, but it is going to take you time, right? Because you have to create stronger alternatives, create different pathways to get back into doing the work. You might even offer live calls for people that stop but want to get back in. Designing modules that can be completed in smaller chunks. So it is a bigger overhaul. It will have a big impact, but focus on the quick wins first. Okay, so those are all of our considerations. But the next thing that you want to do after you prioritize is test each improvement on real people before moving on to the next area. Ask past clients to go through the updated pieces. Their feedback is going to tell you whether or not the fixes are actually working. Remember that the goal here isn't to eliminate every possible obstacle. That is not realistic. It's to remove unnecessary barriers that prevent people from succeeding. And we are going to do that one step at a time because there's no sense in burning you out. We have been focusing on completability, helping clients achieve their outcomes, helping them be able to complete the thing. But completability is just one piece of the puzzle. In my comprehensive course audits, I also look at clarity and accessibility and give you a report with specific action items, because all three of those areas together give you a complete picture of what's working and what isn't. Remember to start small and test your fixes and focus on the changes that are going to have the biggest impact on your client success. Remember, if you want help, the link to audits is in the description. The next series is going to cover horse buyer trust. If it's not there, it'll be there next week.